Alright, so tonight, if you have any questions for the director or the cast, you're welcome. Just raise your hands and ask. This is a very casual, environment for you to, if you have any thoughts on, after watching the film, or you got any burning questions that you would like to know, you just yeah, you can ask them. Maybe Junfeng can just start us off, letting us know a little background on Sandcastle, how you came up with, the story, and what was it like, this being your first feature film.
Well, I wanted to. The story was first inspired by my grandmother, because I was witnessing how she was she was suffering from dementia, and the kind of all the effects that came with it, and how it affected the family dynamics at home. So I wanted to kind of put that on film, but along the way I decided that I wanted to also address the idea of memory, and personal memory, and parallel with social memory, and what it means to a whole generation of people. So that's how it came about. I first wrote the script. I first wrote this premise for the Singapore Film Commission's first feature film fund, as well as the Busan promotion fund. That's how the whole project got started. Yeah.
Sorry, maybe Joshua and Elena can share with us what is it like working on the film with Junfeng?
I really enjoy working with Junfeng. I used to ask him, hey, what is inside your head? Because he's such a young director, and he can come up with all this idea about this sandcastle. So, I really impressed, and I really surprised that he can make this story, can write this story. So whenever we work together, he's very polite. He's really, never raise his voice, although we act very badly. And he used to, whisper to us that, because I am quite active on the stage, so I'm very worried that I will be overreact. My action is over in terms of movie and, in front of the camera. So he used to tell me, whisper to me and say, hey, tone down. So I really remember it's very good time working with Junfeng for more than a month. We have rehearsal before the actual filming, and before that we still have rehearsal. We went to chalet to stay together, to work together. So it's not only the scene that you see, he has put in a lot of effort behind the camera. Just how you want to add? My son.
Well, this is my first time acting, so I think obviously a lot of credit has to go to Junfeng. But I also want to thank my on-screen mom as well for teaching me so much Chinese during all the workshops that we had. It was, I think it's quite an interesting experience, because a lot of it, I don't think I was trying to act or whatever you want to call it. It was more of trying to read what Junfeng wanted to communicate, and just trying to bring that across. Yeah, I guess I'm the exact opposite of Elena and most of the other cast, because they've all had some sort of acting or performance experience in front of the camera. I'm the odd one out, so I'd like to thank them as well.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from the audience? or any thoughts about after watching Sandcastle, any words of encouragement for Junfeng and the cast? Yes.
Throughout the movie, I was trying to find a climax, but I didn't find it eventually. But after watching the movie, I think that wasn't important at all as compared to the serenity and the simplicity that the movie provides. I think it was great for this movie to remind us that certain social memory continues to bind us together and to continue to define who we are at this present time. So I'm really glad and appreciative that a movie of this caliber can be created by a local director and being shown to the world in something as prestigious as the Cannes. So I just have one, and I really love the movie a lot. I just have one question, because in this movie, there are a lot of things about, communism. Put it plainly. So, do all these events have any significance to the director? And why do you choose to feature this as a central main storyline in your show? That's all. Thank you.
Well, it's not autobiographical. That's why you're asking. Yeah, like I said, the only elements that was inspired by my own experience would be the scenes that you saw involving grandmother and grandson. Some of these scenes have happened before to me, and I thought they were very poignant, and I wanted to put it in the film. As to the issues of the social activism of the past, for me, as I was doing my research, I knew I wanted to parallel it with something in the past. And when I was going through, some of my research, and I saw these photos of these students that protested in 1956, and I saw that passion and that fervor. These kids were like 14, 15 years old, and when they had something they wanted to say, they would stage protests, organize rallies, just to be able to express their disapproval of whatever that was happening back then. So, for me, as a Singaporean born in the 80s, it is unthinkable. And so I just wondered, where that passion went, and where that interest and that fervor went to our present generation of Singaporeans, and parallel and basically juxtapose that passion with the apathy of the day. That was essentially my motivation for placing the two the narratives this way.
Right. Thank you.